Time we race to the hotline and welcome back friend of the show, Sam the cooking guy. Hey, Sam.
What's up, my friend? How are you, Greg?
Well, we are here to make a grand announcement. Sam, do you mind if I lead in?
Dude, bring it on.
Here we go.
I'm happy.
Here we go. Much like Malcolm Reed, who preceded you, is the first Tuesday guest of the month, recurring.
Go ahead.
Sam the cooking guy has graciously agreed to follow Malcolm up and be the second first Tuesday of the month recurring guest right there. Look at this guy. A man with Emmys and books and talent and good looks.
Oh, God.
All this stuff, making time for the show, not once a quarter, not once every 6 months, once a month.
Come on now. Wait. Once a month?
Yes.
That's what you meant when you said recurring?
Yeah, did I not say that right? I've got you now, and the paperwork has been signed.
And I'm happy to be here. I like you. I like you. You know that.
Yes.
And whether your audience knows this or not, we have never met.
Never once.
And maybe we should keep it like that. Maybe we'd hate each other. Hold on one sec. See you guys. Love you. Bye. We just finished. So the plan was, wait, let me finish this. So we've never met.
Right.
I hope to one day. One day we will, and I look forward to it. But I like you, obviously, a lot. I dig your audience. I like the barbecue world. And I think what I bring is a decidedly non-barbecue view.
Right.
I think we all benefit from what the other side does. And I do some barbecue stuff. I don't do not nearly as much as maybe your people do, but much like when I do a cooking class or something, I like to every so often to do a grilling class for women.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of women go, you know what? I don't like to grill. And I go, but you should. There's nothing that says men belong outside and women belong inside. You need to be well-rounded. I say to couples, switch places every week, every couple of weeks. The guy does only inside food for a couple of nights. The woman, outside food. It's the only way that she's going to learn. And look, in California, the divorce rate is like 51 or 52%. People here last about 7 years and then they bust apart. So there's a very likely chance that a woman is going to find herself in 7 years without somebody to grill for her. She needs to know that shit. Am I right?
I mean, I don't know what the divorce rate here is in Cleveland, but it's got to be 87%. I mean, look where we live, for crying out loud. It's miserable all the time.
I mean, well, perhaps.
Yes.
Look, in Cleveland, you just like kidnap people, throw in the basement, and chain them up.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Maybe that's.
Thanks for coming. Where do you think we teach everybody how to grill? Get in that basement. We're going to teach you how to grill against your will, no doubt about it. I mean, the other point that you're not so making, but more and more, like if you look, I'll use the show as a microcosm to make my point. I would say over the last 12 months, you have never seen more of a female representation of the live fire industry than you have seen over that time frame.
Oh, hey, look. And how fantastic is that?
Christy Vanover is going to be on the show from Las Vegas, Nevada. She's closing the show tonight at 10:35 Eastern. She's already been on the show twice. I had Jess Pryles on last week. We have Diva Q. We have Melissa Riome, who's Grill Mama on Instagram. I mean, the list goes on. It's been well represented because they are coming to the forefront. They're not afraid. And, oh, by the way, they can cook just as good as the guys. Thanks.
I mean, there's nothing that says a man's domain is exclusively indoors and a woman's is, the other way around.
Right.
A man's domain is outdoor. Most, and I don't know what the percentage is, but really most chefs are men. That's changing a lot. Mm-hmm. Many female chefs are coming to the forefront, but up to now, I think for a while it's been mostly men, even though at home it was mostly women that cooked.
Sure.
There's nothing that says a woman can't go outside, a man can't go inside. There are no hard lines. There's nothing effeminate about you if you're a guy and you choose to go inside and cook. There's nothing, what's the word, masculine about a woman who chooses to go outside and grill.
Right.
You should. We should be kitchenal.
Right. I mean,
that's a word.
is there not anything more hot than watching a gal sling some steaks over live fire and then come back kind of perfumed in some beef fat?
I don't want to see her eat like a caveman. I mean, grab a giant.
I'm just talking about the cooking part, man.
I don't want that.
No,
but no, I don't need dainty eating. But let us play our roles the right way.
Right. Of course. We're talking with Sam, the cooking guy here. Sam, quick question, and it's just yes or no. April Fool's Day gal or guy who likes to play pranks, bag or no bag?
I don't know what that means, but bag.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's the stupidest.
It's the stupidest. A guy that I really like, it's an anchor on TV here in San Diego, did this thing. He went on his Instagram and he wrapped his head like in bandages, like what's his name in A Christmas Story? Not A Christmas Story. The Scrooge movie. Remember? Morley.
Albert Finney.
Bob Marley.
Yeah. Well, that's not it, but I know what you're saying.
I don't know whoever the hell the guy was, and he was like, "Oh, this happened and this happened." And everybody knew that it was BS. I mean, come on, it was stupid. So look, my restaurant, not tacos. We're decidedly not Mexican tacos. We decided to do a Mexican taco yesterday just because it was April Fool's. But we said, look, yes, it's April Fool's, but instead of making some dumb joke, we decided to do something that we normally don't do. So here's our Mexican taco. And it was a big hit, but it was not preceded by a bunch of, we're changing the menu to all Mexican. And I mean, it's just, nobody buys that stupid stuff.
Yeah, my embedded correspondent from Oklahoma once called all of his coworkers and said individually. So he calls Sam. He's like, "Hey, Sam, is Dave. I'm running into a little bit of auto trouble. My car's at so-and-so shop. Can you pick me up there?" Systematically calls all of his coworkers with the same spiel.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, he's really at work. And then at 8 o'clock, all those guys start showing up at that garage to pick up embedded Oklahoma correspondent. And then he phones into the garage and says, "Go tell all those schmucks, April Fools, I'm at work." Can you believe that?
That's an HFB. Huge effing bag.
Yes, of course.
Huge. That's just stupid.
What are we talking about? It's
outrageous. We're talking about, like, hello, 5th grade.
Right. Dress up for Halloween guy at 45. My goodness.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, let me quickly take you to task just for a second, because you had mentioned a few times Mexican taco. Is that redundant?
Yes.
It's redundant.
In my world, it's redundant.
Okay. Like you could have said just normal tacos instead of Mexican tacos?
Look, what makes a sandwich, Mr. Rempe?
I'm just asking. I'm not looking to get into a pissing match.
What makes a sandwich?
Bread.
Thank you.
Okay.
What makes a taco?
Ground beef.
No.
And a taco.
Bread makes
a soft shell tortilla or
I'm about to not be a recurring once a month guest if you don't answer this properly.
Not.
If bread makes a sandwich, what makes a taco? A tortilla.
Yes, tortilla.
Does it matter what goes in between the slices of bread? No. Halibut? Is halibut
fish sandwich.
In 2 pieces of bread a sandwich?
Right. Fish sandwich. Right.
Is octopus?
Yes.
Inside? Yes. Is ground turtle a sandwich?
Yes.
Between two. Thank you.
Right. Okay. That's all.
So a taco is merely something inside of a tortilla. In my restaurant's case, it's pastrami, it's Korean short rib,
right?
Salmon, it's lamb, it's anything. It's mashed potato. There's nothing that says Mexican to me about a taco. And I've said this before, but San Diego, 20 minutes from downtown to the Mexican border, we did not need more Mexican tacos. We've got amazing ones.
Of course.
And this Jewish kid from Canada did not need to bring more Mexican tacos. he needed to bring something different and original, and that's what I brought. They're not tacos
Right.
because they're still tacos.
All right, so quickly, because we've evaporated most of the segment, we wanted to talk about woks. I wanted to talk about woks. I said, Sam, I think we've actually might have talked about this 7 or 8 years ago, so definitely time for a refresher. But I've had, believe it or not, a number of people get at me about getting into wok cooking. So first and foremost, are there certain kinds of woks you want to buy or stay away from?
Yes.
What are those? And then how do we season those properly?
Look, okay. So this one is made by a company called Infuse. Can you see that?
Pull it back a little bit. Now over to your right. More.
No.
Oh, you're looking for the hand. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, Infuse.
Okay, Infuse. Yeah. This is a $19 carbon steel flat bottom wok from Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't care where you buy it, but a carbon steel flat bottom wok is what you want. Don't let some salesperson in a store convince you that you must have a round bottom wok. You ever had anybody tell you about those?
Nope.
Well, they're a pain in the ass.
I've never had one.
Well, do you have a wok?
No.
It's because you're in Cleveland. You're too white. You need to get out a bit, my friend.
White.
Too white. Look, a wok is all about concentrating huge amounts of heat at the bottom. And yes, the wok purists that are, bags will say you have to have that round bottom one. But what the round bottom one requires is either a wok burner or a special ring that sits on top.
Uh-huh.
And that's a pain in the ass, and who wants extra shit if you don't have to have it?
Right.
The most important part is that it's carbon steel. So this came to life and it was silver inside, aluminum looking.
Right.
I seasoned it and I've used this particular one over the past 3 or 4 years. And I say it all the time. If my house caught on fire, I would take the people and pets first, my computer second, and then maybe my grandmother's cast iron pans next, along with this wok, because I've got time in this wok. See the color, see the shine.
Yeah.
The color is because I've used it a long time. The shine is because I take good care of it. So you buy this wok. I'm telling you, it's one of the cheapest cooking vessels you will get. You can't buy a decent pan for $19. They're all pieces of shit.
Right.
Carbon steel flat bottom wok like that is not. You bring it home. It's silver inside. Now you're going to put it on the heat. Gas or electric, doesn't matter. And you're going to put the heat here, and the wok will sit on top, and you'll slowly turn like this with the heat. You'll concentrate the heat on the bottom and all the way on the sides, and it will start to turn. It will go like a weird blue color and then start to get darker. Then you'll let it cool. Then you'll repeat that again. You'll do that 3 or 4 times.
And it's just heat, no oil or anything?
Nothing at that point,
okay.
Right? And you can go to the website, cookingguy.com, type in wok, and somewhere in there will be wok seasoning directions, right? Now, once it's cooled like the 3rd or 4th time, you put a thin layer of oil in it, and I would suggest a neutral oil. No olive oil, no sesame oil. You could use vegetable or canola, but I would go with avocado or peanut because they smoke at a higher temperature, and that's what you want.
Right.
So a thin layer of oil wiped in with a paper towel. Then do the same thing a couple of times. Now you're starting to really make a difference in this. When you've done that a couple of times, then you're going to put some oil in the wok, blast it on the heat, and then I put in some garlic, green onion, ginger, whatever, that kind of stuff. And I cook it, and I start to mush it around, and I let the wok start to accept the ingredients that it will be getting used to. It's kind of baby steps with a wok. The more you use a wok, the better it gets. The darker the color gets. And this is essentially non-stick now after all this time.
Right.
And you can see, I take care of it so there's nothing in here. It's smooth and it's shiny. So you cook in the wok. And I use my wok 95% of the time for non-Asian stuff. I make tacos in it. I make rice in it. I make all kinds of things in it. Eggs for a whole lot of people, doesn't make any difference. Shrimp tacos go in that thing. Doesn't have to be Mexican inspired. It can be anything. It's just a big ass deep vessel. So once you cook in it, and now you want to clean it, I'm a little anal. I use a bamboo brush. The key is that you don't use like a SOS pad, and try to minimize the soap. A little soap is fine. But if I've cooked in this thing and I've got something really stuck on the bottom, I'll put it on the heat, I'll let it get hot, and then I'll put, a half an inch of water in it. And that water will boil and steam and lift anything really that's on the bottom. Mm-hmm. And then you can use a wooden spoon if you don't have like a wok brush or something. It all lifts up, rinse it out, dry it really well. And drying it really well is important because water is a wok's enemy. It's cast iron's enemy, it's carbon steel's enemy. Mm-hmm. One drop of water left in the middle or on the bottom will turn to rust, and that's a drag, and you have to deal with that. So you dry it really well, and then I take a teaspoon of oil, put it inside, wipe it all the way around, and that will ensure that rust will not happen. And then you're fine, and then just use it. The more you use it, the better it gets. It's like a smoker.
Do you think that wok cooking outdoors is popular, or is that a segment that could become way more popular? And if it could become more popular, how do we get it to the forefront? We have like a couple minutes.
Well, here's the thing. A wok requires lots of heat. And so what are you going to use it on outside? You would need to put it on your grill and let it sit there for a while. You could absolutely do it, and I've done it. But it does take a little bit of time to get it where you want it, unlike a tiny bit of time inside, on a good burner. But we at the restaurant, I have 3 woks. Most of what we do is on a big flat top. Mm-hmm. But there's 3 things that we do in woks. And we've bought these exact woks from Bed Bath to use it, not tacos. We do our tofu and our veggie taco in it. We do our shrimp taco, and we do our Chinese cashew chicken taco in it. Because of how it cooks, it's fantastic. It gets super hot, and the cooks all know the rule. When somebody orders a Chinese cashew chicken taco, the wok is on the heat. You turn the heat on, you leave it for about 30 seconds. Then you put a little avocado oil in, and 30 seconds later, the chicken that has onions mixed into it and all the seasonings and stuff, then that goes in. And when it hits, it goes, and now it's searing and cooking right away and doing all the right things. Yep. I will jump all over someone if I see them put a wok on the heat turn the heat on and right away put the chicken in. Right. But that's like steaming, and that's not what this is all about. I don't need a good wok and a lot of heat to steam some shit. Just nothing.
In the meantime, you can check Sam out, thecookingguy.com. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel, as hundreds of thousands of people are doing it. As I had said in the open, you guys are really hitting the stride between time and entertainment and content. It's all just right there. So good.
A year ago, less than a year ago, we had 30,000 subscribers. We're now, I don't know, today, like 625,000. Yeah. And we've added 600,000 in less than a year, which is insane. Insane.
Well, it's a testament to
It's
content.
a testament that, you know what I think? I think people have started to say those videos, those food cooking videos that were just from the top and you only saw like a pan and hands coming in and out. I think people want a little personality, but be a little education and some conversation. Right. And I don't think I'm wasting conversation. I think there's a lot of, ours are fun, but I think there's a lot of teaching involved. Why I like the pan like this, why I like that wok, why I want to cook something this way, why I want to, do whatever I do. People like that. We are about teaching people. We want them to have fun and enjoy the content, of course. But we want people to go away and go, holy crap, I like that. I think I can make it. I like the way it was explained. I'm going to try it. That's our goal. Eat better at home, less fast food, less microwave, less frozen. It's that simple.
And on the first Tuesday of the month in the second segment, you will see this guy right here on the Barbecue Central
Yes, you
show.
will.
It is Sam, the cooking guy. Sam, thanks so much for the Wok Talk, and we will see you again next month.
See, man, I love what you do.
Thank you, sir. There he is. Sam, the cooking guy.